Welcome everyone. So I'm making this video pretty much to document a process. I had been searching online for information about this and haven't seen much available information or videos on what to do with really tall anthuriums. They're called leggy. They're really leggy. So these anthuriums have been growing in our greenhouse for a very long time, for years, unchecked, and they just grow. So I was in there recently cleaning out the greenhouse. It basically was like a jungle, and just trying to redo it and do some new things in there. And so I pulled up all of these anthuriums, and I wanted to know what to do with them, like how to let them continue to grow and thrive. However, they're so long, so I just didn't know exactly what to do. So I did find one video that helped me understand. Basically, you can see here that these things are 3 and 4 feet long, and I learned that the rooted sections can be divided into 2 or 3 pieces, and those pieces can be potted, and they will send up new shoots, and you'll have new plants. Here's just one that I'm showing that has somehow interconnected with a fern roots or something, and it's got fern leaves growing out of it. So that's just how wild it got in the greenhouse. Now right here you can see where I divided the bottom pieces into 2 or 3 sections, and each of those sections can be potted to grow new plants. As long as there are some roots on it, it should send up shoots, and as long as the roots are healthy. These roots look pretty good to me. They don't seem dried out. As I learned that if the roots seem dried out and lightweight, that they probably won't be successful, but these seem pretty plump, so we'll give it a shot. Right here you can see I have my potting medium before it's been mixed together. One of the main things I learned about anthuriums is that you have to have the right potting medium for them to be successful. So I finally went out and bought orchid mix, typically used for orchids. I bought peat moss and I bought perlite, as I read that these 3 items together, a particular amount of each, could be a really good potting medium for anthuriums. They like to have a coarse growing medium that holds moisture but also drains well. Nothing too heavy to suffocate the roots. So I finally got the combination. It's been taking me a long time to get to this project because I just had not gone out and bought these items. So I finally did that, and as you can see here, we potted up one, and I've moved some of them to the greenhouse. We did a few and I moved them to the greenhouse. They don't need direct sunlight. You can see right here on this one, this is one of the bottom pieces that didn't have any stems on it, so it's just a little stub above the soil. All the roots are buried below, as I learned that all the roots should just be covered up. And just transporting this one to a spot where it can get light but not direct sunlight. Here's one that I could trim back the stems on, and just giving them some water. And in this shot I have a few, let's see, I see 3 that I did so far, but there are so many. There are several anthuriums that I need to pot up and clean up first. Cut into sections, clean up, trim some of the roots, and then pot up. So right here you can see I actually ended up putting 2, like right here in that pot, 2 in that pot, 1 there, 1 there, and we'll see how this goes. We'll give it a little time, so stay tuned.